Okay, so today we're going to go over how to enter an order on e-Pic. So you're going to come here and we're going to select manage quote / order. We're going to add a quote. Just note that every order is entered as a quote until the end. You have the option to submit to Fabricator, and that's when it becomes an order. So the first thing we got to do is a side mark. That would be for your reference. Okay. Dealer PO, it's a request. You have to answer this question. That's what distinguishes your orders and it prevents from a duplicate.
Can they just put any number in there?
You can put anything you want. If it's numbers, if it's the side mark, it's however you're going to track your sequence of orders.
Okay.
So, and then your general comments, that's if you need to tell manufacturing anything about this order, if it goes with another order, if there's special, just anything that special comments. We will read this and we'll make sure and address any of these comments. Okay. So go to the next page. This is what you'll see. The group down, and here's your choices. Today we're going to enter a motion screen. Next prompt is what type of motion screen? Is it a solar or a vinyl? In the solar category, you'll find bud screen and solar. And of course, in the vinyl, we'll just do a regular solar. And you select your fabric. And here is the order form. First thing we need to do is we need to select a color. Your unit width. As you can see, as I'm answering the prompts, this error section is going to be all disappeared at one point, and all these highlighted will be answered.
What are the drop downs next to 125? Is that just?
Yeah, that is it goes down. You know, we make our units to the nearest eighth. So if you have 125 and an eighth,
Okay.
you can type it in, or you can select the prompt, and it will give you the fractions.
Got
it. Okay. Next is the color of the unit. So white, track color, white, the weight bar color, white. And the reason you have to answer this is because there is such a thing as mixed matching colors. You do have that option. The mount. How are you going to install this? Between the jam, surface mount, recess, or cable guides? Would you say between the jam? This is your most typical type of installation. Do you need a hood, or is it going to be an open roll? All brackets.
And the open roll, that's typically with the recessed?
Correct.
Okay.
So we go all the way down to the next question. Mixed track options, no.
And the L bracket override is?
Yeah, the L bracket override is we look at our height. So if I do not override, that means I'm going to get tracks that are 120 inches tall. If for whatever reason I need anything else than 120, here's where I click this, and then I select it. But I don't need that. So same thing with the track override. If I need anything other than 120, that's where I would click it, and it would pop up. But I don't need that. So mixed tracks. I might have a situation where I might need an L bracket between the jam, and on the other side will be surface mount. So here's where you can mix match your installation track. So, but we don't, so we're just gonna keep it. Motor type. You hit the prompt, and here's all the possible motors that could be used for this particular size. Um, of course, the Maestra being the top choice because it is, um, within range, and it has the auto clutch feature already integrated. Um, but then again, you got the 525 ultras with clutch, which is basically the same thing. So just choose what motor you would like. Somfy comes with a 10. It's a 10-foot standard cord. You do have an option to go up to a 24-foot cord. Of course, it does have a surcharge. In this case, just a 10-footer will be fine for me. Select the side. Weight bar standard is 2 inch. You do have the option to do a 3 inch if you like, which I like the 3 inch. 2 inch pile is a standard pile. You do have the option of 1 inch.
And as you're going through that, over here on the right, these things are just
Yes.
going away. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. So when this is completely gone, it will accept my line item until I answer every question.
Okay.
The next thing is the cradle system. Is the cradle system needed? And this is for shades over 20 foot and larger. But we put this because we were getting, dealers just missing it or not knowing what to do at this point. So we make you answer this, even though you don't need it because it's not over 20 feet. You have to hit no. At least you are acknowledging it. And the next question was, the metal end caps that go along with the cradle, which, like I said, in this situation, we don't need it. We're almost there. The red is almost gone. Next question is exclude reinforced corners. Now, this prompt right here is we started about a year and a half ago making the reinforced corners standard. But if you do have a unit that's going to be added to a patio that you've done shades in the past before this became, you might not want those corners because it will not match at the bottom. So that's why that is there. The remotes and accessories you must select. Um, I have one shade. I have a one-channel patio remote, 5 channel, 16, and so on and so on. And there's so many accessories. So I'm going to choose one. As you can see, all the red is gone up here. So I can OK item. It's processing that line item. And I'm on to the next. So now it says 2 of 2. Now, if I do have more than one item and I'm fixing to, if I enter a line item number 2, you got to remember that you need to come down, type in all your sizes. If all the information is the same, so you're moving on, but you have to delete, not delete, but respond to the remote control and say no, because it will give you remote controls for every line item if you don't hit no on that. So I'm done with this order. You want to see what this order looks like? I'm going to hit the summary, and it takes you to your actual order. So the motion screen solar, I can right click, and it gives me options. Do I want to view it? Do I want to make a change? Let's say, yeah, I want to make a change. Takes you back to the line item. Instead of 125 here, it was 120. Come down. Okay, the change. Takes you back to the summary. And now here's your options. You can submit to fabricator. Like I said, if you do not hit submit to fabricator and you save it, it saves it as a quote. You can also print a copy, for your client or for yourself. Add a line item. Let's say I forgot one and I want to add a line item. You can add a line item. Installation copy. If you want to give your installer a copy of this work order. And the nice thing about this is that it deletes all the pricing for the installation because the homeowner has no reason to see this. This is your cost through us. you're able to prepare a quote for client.
And that's MSRP.
And that's MSRP. Yeah. So right here, prepare quote for client. If you come over here on your left and you go through admin, there's a place where you can set your preset verbiage about your company. You can set your profit margins and discounts. However you do your profits, you get all that fixed up first, and then you can come and prepare quotes for clients, and it stores all your quotes for as you're doing them, and you can send them later. But at this point, we can go ahead and save it. Got to do the sales tax. Sorry about that. There's the order. Well, not actually an order, it's a quote. I can come back in here and I can right click it and submit the fabricator. Okay. Um, once since I'm here, I'm going to show you something real quick. So, if it was an order, we have the e-Pic online payment options now. Where if this was an order, I could right click it, and you would have a little tab here that said uh, online deposit. So you click on that, make your online deposit, and you're good to go. Same thing if you were doing a payment. Let's say an order has already been shipped, and you want to pay your order. You would go to statements.
Because my production time doesn't start until I make the deposit.
Correct. Yeah. Once you make your deposit, it will go into production. Correct. Yeah. So if your order does not have a deposit, it will be released until that deposit's made.